Everyone, and welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I am thrilled to be joined today by our lovely Sienna. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. And Sienna is the one who always does our match report, so when you're reading it, it's this lovely face. Um, so we have got quite a lot to discuss today. There has been a lot going on within terms of Everton, the new year, and first off, we've got to mention all the new signings we've made. So we have six signings, which you never would have thought you'd say this time last year. We signed Kelly Gargo, Martina Fernandez, Emma Watson, Hayley Ladd, and Luana Ribeira. Um, Sienna, what are you making of these signings?
Oh my God, so amazing how many signings we've made. Obviously, I think you've got the new ownership that's just come in and brought funding, which has clearly already been inputted into the women's squad. So I just love that there's already being a vision made for the women's game. Um, I think we need to take a moment for Kelly Gargo. She is quickly becoming one of my favourite players. And then the others I'm so excited to see. Martina Fernandez, a young player, but she's already got a wealth of experience. She's already won a Champions League, which is insane to think that we've got a player who's won a Champions League in our side. Emma Watson and Hayley Ladd from Man United, obviously, really exciting players, and hopefully they can bring all their experience from United, which who are a top side. Luina, sorry, can you pronounce it? I'm not the best
Um,
at my pronunciations.
I pronounce it as Ribeira, but that's just how it's read, so I could also be
Yeah,
getting it wrong.
we'll go with it. Really exciting. I just think the depth that's coming into this squad is amazing. Obviously, we've just signed the Norway's captain, I think.
Yeah.
Again, a terrible pronunciations, but that is so exciting in the way that we're already attracting these type of players. She's experienced. She's obviously the captain, so her leadership must be amazing, and that's going to build on an already so strong team's camaraderie. Like I think the culture behind our team, especially seeing from like the Man City result, is just so strong.
Yeah, 100%. And we did miss a name off, but that's because I feel this will be the most exciting one. It's Marja Mialdi. That's probably not the right pronunciation, but oh well. But she, she's won the WSL with Chelsea. I mean, I read this and I was like, what? Sorry?
Yeah, same.
Everton? What? Like, what are you making? I mean, we have yet to see her play because she was announced on Sunday, literally just before the West Ham game. Are you excited by this?
I am so excited. I remember being at a game once and I heard these two people behind me talking, and they were saying that we've had so many good players that have now moved on and they're playing in top sides, just like throwing out a name, Nikita Paris. And all of a sudden, I feel like we're getting that back and people want to come to us. And oh, the excitement it gives me, I cannot wait to see her play.
Oh, same. I'm so excited for this. So let's very swiftly get into our games from the new year. So we're going to start with the Aston Villa game at our very first game of the season of the 2025 season. Um, which was finished 1-1. Sorry got the goal. What did you make of this one?
I thought it was a really tight game. Villa obviously came in early, they came in with the intent, but what you've got to remember is that was their second game. I think they already had a cup match and we had the postponement from Tottenham. And I think it was a 9-0 thrashing of Bristol Rovers. So they came in strong with their confidence. Um, Brosnan, Courtney Brosnan, I love her. She came in with three consecutive saves in the early phases. Always such a strong unit for us. So I think without her, the game could have gone a different way. Obviously, we were then pegged back by Rachel Daly's header. Um, and from there, we had to work really hard to get back into it. The second half, I think we definitely grew into the game more. We saw a lot more of the ball and we created a lot more chances. this is where Kelly Gargo came on and made her debut, and straight away she made a run into the box, and it was so promising, and the momentum behind it was amazing. Her shot unfortunately did rise over the bar, but when I just knew she was going to be a great player as soon as she came on, and I really hope that continues, obviously, for Everton. And the late goal from Beatrice Sauri, that was definitely, I think that's a testament to the team's resilience and what we've built. And I feel like that's been evident in recent performances, even before that, like the Man City result, the way we held off to win 2-1 against Man City is absolutely insane. So I feel like we're seeing more of that, but it did show areas to improve, like controlling the game earlier. But I think taking away some from a tough fixture like that is always good. So I was quite happy with the result.
Yeah, 100%. And then our next game was a trip to London against West Ham. This unfortunately finished in a 2-0 defeat. It wasn't our best game, and you could see where some of the cracks were. What were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, frustrating game. I think we never really got going, and obviously it was an early goal that got us down in the 6th minute, I think it was. And then from then we struggled to settle. The second goal was then a penalty on the edge of half time. And with that, I think that was really damaging to, I think, in any side. This isn't just about this specific game. When you concede on half time, when you're just about to regroup, the effect that can have on a player's mentality. So I think that just made it even harder for the girls. The second half, we did see more urgency, but West Ham, they just had really good game management. Was they were really strong defensively, really resilient. We did have a couple of moments, and we did put quite a lot of crosses into the box, I thought, but the final ball or just that final bit of quality was missing. But definitely credit to West Ham because they did manage the game well, made it frustrating for us in that sense, but disappointing for us. I think one of the key takeaways that I thought from this game was we need to start to impose ourselves earlier. Like going back to the Man City win again, we were aggressive from the offset and that came off for us and we were rewarded for that. So I think that's a big thing, not letting the other team dictate the trajectory of the game too early on and not getting into that rut of not of them having the control and us not being able to get back into it and kind of putting us on an unsettling note. I think that's the main thing. We were just unsettled.
Yeah. It just didn't seem like they had that momentum for to West
Yeah.
Ham. We're going to move on to a happier and I really think really the start of a turnaround of the season, which was the FA Cup game against Tottenham Hotspur, where we finished 2-0, and it was Kelly Gargo and Heather Payne who got the goals, which is both their first goals for the club. Payne's goal is actually quite special because it was an almost Payne squared link up with Tony providing the assist and Heather actually scoring. What did you make of this one?
Yeah, a strong performance and definitely a deserved win. As you mentioned, we have got two players opening their Everton accounts. Kelly Gargo, who I think it was her second game, so strong, and then Heather Payne, and obviously the irony with that goal, which you mentioned, we were solid at the back, I thought, and that we controlled the game well and took our chances when they came. I think also special mention to Sarah Holmgard for her deliveries recently. They have been absolutely perfect, pinpoint inch cross deliveries. Every single time the ball goes in from her, I'm thinking this could be something special here. We could get a goal. So I thought, loving watching her. But yeah, scoring twice and keeping a clean sheet is just a perfect way to go into the next round. Obviously, in a cup game, it's always just about getting the job done. And I think not only did we get the job done, but we got it done really efficiently and in really great fashion. So it's definitely a great confidence booster, and it shows that we can step up in knockout competitions as well.
Yeah, definitely. And then, unfortunately, our wonderful captain, Megan Finnegan, suffered a ACL injury. All our thoughts are going out to her while she recovers from this. How big of a loss do you think this is to the Everton side losing their captain?
Yeah, I'm absolutely devastated for her. I think not only as a defender, we're going to miss her. She's so confident, she's assured. I'm confident in her when she's playing, like when she's on the ball. But I think it's more about her leadership role. Like, that can't be understated on the pitch. The way that she motivates the girls, the way that the girls respect her, her knowledge of the game. I think it's quite a tough role to fill. We do have other people, like I think Courtney Brosnan, she's very vocal, and I think the girls respect her as well. But Megan Finnegan, I just think it's really a special player, and it's going to be such a big miss. Just on her injury as well, it was ACL, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think our third of the season.
Yeah.
We've had um, two players out early on, and I feel like it just adds to the discussion that there needs to be something done about this ACL crisis in the women's game, because the way that we've had three players out already and it's just ended their seasons, it's so unfortunate, and I'm absolutely devastated for each and every one of them, but Megan especially, and she's going to be such a big miss.
Yeah, and we are all gonna miss her a lot, but hopefully she'll come back better and stronger
Yeah.
than before. And then looking at the most recent game on Sunday, it was Everton v Leicester, and it was a 4-1 win. Gargo scored a brace, which she's just absolutely on fire at the minute. Katja Noyes also got a goal, and Honoka Hayashi, who I think has been kind of an unsung hero in the midfield, also got on the score sheet. Brian Sorensen has very openly praised Hayashi about how her quick feet in that midfield, how she's rapid on the pitch. What did you make of this game?
Well, honestly, this result made me so happy. I can't explain it. I think the main thing that I took away from this game was the way that the team are connecting, and especially with the new signings. I think there was a lot of questions about how long it would take for the like how many signings we've made and how strong their quality is, how they would fit in this Everton side. But we're already seeing connectivity between players, even just like from one end of the pitch to the other. I think it was the Snoish goal, which began from Sarah Holmgard, turning over possession in the Everton box, and it just fluidly went to the West Ham side, and then from there led to the goal. The early goal from Gargo, I've already spoken about her, and obviously I love her, but the way that she's starting to gel with the rest of the squad is incredible. Also, a special mention to Tony Payne there. I think they could be a great attacking duo, really do. But yeah, so I think it was obviously before I've been nagging on about the element of control, and we need to dictate the game ourselves, not let the other side do it. Sorry. And I think you could really see that in this side against Leicester. Obviously, they got one back, but I thought with the weight of the result and the way that the table's looking, where Leicester are, where we are, they were always going to come in with intent, and they were always going to be determined to try their hardest to get something out of it. So I do think it was inevitable. But what I heard the commentator saying is that we need to be comfortable when we're in the lead, especially with the new signing we've brought in. We are like, I think we're growing into a better level. So we need to be more competitive. We need to make sure that we're comfortable in this lead. And I took that and I thought, yeah, that's true. I really do agree with that. So I think that's really important. We obviously got a goal back from Snoish's close range tap in from the Tony Payne assist. And then, but after that, I still had the feeling Leicester were pushing on, still trying to push back. Fortunately for us, they faded out in the game. And I think partly that was just the the way that the game was going, but also the determination from the girls, I feel, overpowered them and made us so much stronger. And then also, we even had an opportunity for a 5-1 right at the end with Sarri's stoppage time shot. It was rolled right wide of the post. And I remember going, oh, because it was so close. I think that's just something about 5 goals, but 4-1 would definitely will take it. Absolutely amazing result.
It was, and it generally feels now like Everton are heading in the right direction, and this is only the start. So looking ahead, we obviously have double Chelsea with the FA Cup game, and then we're playing them in the WSL the week after. We've done it before. We've beaten them in the cup before. This was at Goodison Park a couple of seasons ago. So we know it's possible, and we've also beaten Man City as well this season. With our new signings and also just looking ahead to this FA Cup game with the pressure of it all, do you feel confident going into it and that we can potentially get something out of it?
Do you know what? I do. I do feel confident. And I think obviously Chelsea, top side, they're WSL champions, like they're always gonna be a struggle to go in. But the confidence and the team, like the culture within this side and the way that they're connected, I think honestly throw us anything at the moment because we are on top of the world. That's just my feeling personally. But even if we don't come out and win, I think the girls will put in a strong performance and we can take positivity from the way that we've been playing recently.
Yeah, 100%. Like for me, it feels quite doable. I mean, it's obviously it's gonna be a tough test at Chelsea's home and in front of all their fans, but I have faith and I have confidence. It's been done before, it can be done again, but whatever it is, it's gonna be a good game.
Definitely.
Well, thank you, Sienna, so much for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you
And
for having me.
no problem. And make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below.